What's up guys, it's Seth. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to do part 2 of the competition to see which brawler will survive the longest in the poison. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure to check that out before you watch this. But in part 1, we eliminated these 16 brawlers. Now we're going to put the rest of the brawlers against each other to see who will come out on top. For a quick recap of the rules, the brawlers are allowed to use star powers, gadgets, and one super to help them. They'll go head to head in a bracket style tournament. Losers eliminated, winner moves on. If two brawlers tie, they move on together to the next round until they're eliminated. Before we get into the competition, I want to address a mistake I made with Nanny in part 1. I timed Nanny's super wrong, so she only lasted 10 seconds in the poison. But if you time it right, she's able to last an extra 2 seconds. Thankfully, it didn't affect the bracket and she still would have beaten Frank either way. But now that that's fixed, let's get into the competition. First up, Bull versus Poco. Bull starts out with a lot more health than Poco and has his shield and gadget, but Poco with his super and gadget ties with Bull and they both move on to the next round. Next up, Mortis and Max versus Jackie and Tara. Mortis and Max, who have no way to heal, aren't a very good match for Jackie and Tara, who have healing and shields, and they take the victory and Jackie and Tara move on to the next round. Next up, Bee versus Sprout. Bee has no way to heal, but she does get an extra second in the poison with her Honeycoat star power, but Sprout with his star power and gadget easily beats Bee and moves on to the next round. Next up, Sandy versus Tick and Dynamite. Tick and Dynamite are no match for Sandy. They're two of the lowest health brawlers, and Sandy with her star power and gadget easily beat them and moves on to the next round. Next up, Nanny versus Ems, Crow, and Bo. With Nanny's 80% shield, Ems, Crow, and Bo have no chance against her, and Nanny takes the victory by a landslide, so Nanny moves on to the next round. Next up, Pam versus Gale and Mr. P. Pam has both her super and gadget to heal up, as well as her high health, so Gale and Mr. P are eliminated and Pam is moving on to the next round. Next up, Colette versus Carl. Carl starts out with more health than Colette, and also has a 30% shield unlike Colette with only a 10%, so Carl takes the victory and moves on to the next round. Next up, Rosa versus Jean and Nita. Jean and Nita have no way to heal, but Rosa has her super and her star power which allows her to heal, so Rosa eliminates them and moves on to the next round. So now we're going to get into the quarterfinals of the competition, and first up is Bull and Poco versus Jackie and Tara. With Bull and Poco having so much healing and Bull having a shield, they easily take the victory against Tara and Jackie, and they move on to the next round. Next up, Sprout versus Sandy. Although Sprout has his shield and gadget to help him survive in the poison, Sandy's gadget and star power are just way too much for Sprout, and he takes the victory and moves on to the next round. Next up, Nanny versus Pam. Even with Pam's health and all her healing, Sprout's shield is just way too tanky for Pam. Sprout finally eliminates Pam and moves on to the next round. Next up, Carl versus Rosa. Although Carl has a shield while he's using his super, Rosa's super shields her way more than Carl. Along with her higher health, she eliminates Carl and moves on to the next round. So that was it for the quarterfinals. Now we're moving on to the semifinals. First up, Bull and Poco versus Sandy. Although Bull and Poco have made it this far, they're no match for Sandy, who has so much healing with her gadget and star power, so she eliminates both of them and moves on to the next round. And the final two in the semifinals is Rosa versus Nanny. Even with Rosa's shield and her healing, Nanny's 80% shield is way stronger than Rosa's, and Nanny eliminates her and moves on to the finals with Sandy. For the final match, Sandy versus Nanny. Sandy's able to survive for 10 seconds with his gadget and his healing star power, but with Nanny's 80% shield, she can last for 12 seconds and she eliminates Sandy and Nanny wins the competition. So there you have it. Even though Nanny has really low health, her 80% shield, which lasts for 10 seconds, takes her to victory and beats Sandy by 2 seconds. Now you know which brawler will survive the longest in the poison, and I'm glad I caught that mistake with Nanny, because if I hadn't, this would have turned out a lot different. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. Also, click the like button and let me know what you thought of this video in a comment down below. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.